There weren't many good aspects to the pandemic, but one of the very few of them was that the silver lining for us is that Brendan and Max spent several months with us over, 2 different trips, but it was fantastic to have them with us, and you'll probably hear some other remarks from other members of the family about that. But it was a great time for us to get to spend time with these two, to increase our bond with them and get to know them. And any of you who are parents out there, the one thing you want is for your children to be happy. And the one thing that we learned for sure then and knew it before is that Brendan and Max are very, very happy together. And this was and I think you've seen that on display this afternoon. So this has been terrific.
Max and I have what I would call a blessed friendship. In a sense, we grew up together and became adults. We navigated college, Europe, and our first jobs in New York City. Wherever he went, I wasn't far behind, and vice versa. In fact, many years ago, people used to say that Max and I were so close that one day we would end up marrying each other. And here we are, me in a white dress, you in a tux, proving them right, but perhaps not in the way they imagined.
As you can probably tell from our appearance, Max is quite a few years younger than us. So much so that we can vividly remember him being born. And I'll never forget when we first set eyes on him, I turned to Benji and said, wow, this kid is going to be one hell of a Quidditch player.
We are truly excited to welcome you as the newest member of our family, especially because the addition of your handsomeness has helped make us a better looking family.
Max, he's truly become the fifth hand, brother. He's part of our family. He's survived so many hectic, spazzy family vacations with us. He hasn't, as my mom said, run for the hills yet, and so I think he's here to stay. It feels like he's been part of the family for so long, but I'd like to officially welcome him with us into the family.
In my post last night, I mentioned all the Kaplans from whence they came, all the different places. And so now a word about the Kaplans who aren't with us today. Quickly, Max, if your Nana Doris, Papa Stanley, and Uncle Alan were here today, they would be beaming with pride today. They would be so proud of the man you became and the man you married. So Max, Brendan, here we are. Finally at your glorious wedding. Most beautiful settings, really. Palm Springs, California.
When we first started dating and I moved to San Francisco, you wrote me a postcard every month for a year that recapped the time that we spent together and built anticipation for the next thing we had planned. It kept us excited about everything on the horizon. Today, these vows are my postcard to you. And I can tell you with certainty that I'm even more excited for what's to come than I've ever been. The love we have for each other happens once in a lifetime if you're lucky, and I vow to remember how lucky we are to have found each other every single day. To quote one of my favorite love songs, I could stay with you forever and never realize the time. Brendan, I can't wait to stay with you forever.
Max. That's the thing about close friendships. Sometimes your friend knows you so much better than you know yourself. They can show you the meaning and importance of something that's right in front of you, that our cloudy vision can't see. When Max went on his first few dates with Brendan, I confidently informed him that he was going to marry Brendan one day. Of course, Max liked Brendan, but as his lifelong friend, I could see the immense joy and excitement when he recounted their time together. Brendan brought and continues to do so a joy into Max's life that I have never seen before.
There's a weight welling up in my chest. Every heartbeat fills my head. There's a light creeping under the door. Can't count on tomorrows anymore. Right now, right now.
Standing up here with you today feels surreal. I can't help but think about the first time we met, just over 6.5 years ago at the happiest hour. During one of our conversations on the league leading up to that date, I remember receiving a message from you that said something along the lines of, "Full disclosure, I'm moving to San Francisco for a new job next month." For the first time, instead of listening to my mind, which was telling me not to waste my time with another guy from the dating apps who's moving to San Francisco, I told myself, it's just a date. You're not marrying this guy. Boy, am I happy I went on that date. At the time, I had just gained the confidence needed to navigate the wild and woolly world of gay dating and hookup culture in New York City, and wasn't quite sure I was ready for a relationship, but I immediately felt something different with you.
Life has a way of stealing our breath, so we can put our doubts to rest. No one knows. Just say yes. We'll make something beautiful out of this mess. No more somewhere beside something that's our own. No more somewhere or someday, we can't put it off, it's fate. Let's start now before it's too late. Time is slipping away. Make this count. All we have is the moment we're in. Bring yourself, take my hand, let's begin. 'Cause life won't wait. Life won't wait.
This is the bond that brings you both here today. This weekend, we celebrate your union together. I encourage you to listen to the stories we all have of the moments that each of us realized that you two were forever connected. Let those stories be reminders to you of the countless moments of love that you have shown us over the years. And now, a new memory will be created.
Darling, all the privilege would be mine. I don't take it for granted. Love divine. I felt heaven and my world collide. You took this wounded heart of mine and put it back together. In all my imperfection, I thought I learned my lesson, that I'd never be loved by someone like you. You've changed up my direction, but sometimes I still question how I was worth the love of someone like you. Of someone like you.
Brendan, it's all happening. In retrospect, I should have known where this was going when you invited me to go see a wedding band perform on one of our first dates. But of course, there's no way we could have known at 25 where our roads would take us, especially me, since I'm extremely directionally challenged. I just knew that I liked you and had a gut feeling that we were doing the right thing by embarking on our adventure. Little did I know that over almost 7 years since then, I'd find my best friend, my life partner, the love of my life, and today, my husband.
In all my imperfection, I thought I learned my lesson, that I'd never be loved.
A wedding ring is a symbol of your commitment to each other. The ring is an unbroken circle with no beginning and no end. It represents your union into one whole. As a symbol of affinity and your infinite love. When you look at these rings on your hands and on each other's hands, be reminded of this moment, your commitment to each other, and the love that you will share forevermore.
How I was worth the love of someone like you. You take me as I am. 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 You take me as I am.
And really, while Brendan and Max have very different personalities and personal qualities from those couples, I see that bond between these two that I've seen in very few other couples. Well, first, I'd like to second everything that Connor said a minute ago. While we all know the Irish have a way of exaggerating things, he reined in the truth pretty well there. But in addition to what Connor pointed out about Brendan, I'd like to add one characteristic about him that has inspired me the most. which is his resiliency. Brendan had a number of health challenges during his childhood and young adulthood that could have thrown him off his course, but he was able to use his positive outlook and his personal grit and toughness to overcome those.
Let you go, not even for a moment.
May happy times find you, and may your love sustain the curves life throws you in sunshine and rain. May you climb life's mountains, one's high and wide, and be repellers climbing down that mountainside. So let's make a toast to our grooms and a toast to right now, and raise a glass to them on their wedding vows. All right. To our grooms and a toast to right now, and raise a glass to them on their wedding vows, on their wedding vows, on their wedding vows.
I vow to continue loving you unconditionally, always treating you as my partner and equal. I promise to comfort you and be the voice of reason when your anxiety gets the best of you. Okay. I promise to continue being the dishwasher as long as you continue being the chef. And most importantly, I vow to work on and evolve with this relationship so that it remains as strong as it is today. You and I have grown both individually and as a couple since we met at age 25, and I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for helping me feel comfortable with my sexuality, and thank you for being my biggest cheerleader, especially when I doubt myself. I love you, I'm so excited to be your husband, and I can't wait to see what this next chapter of our relationship has in store.
Something I can't deny, in a moment unfolding before my very eyes, are new stories being written right new, pouring over me. I see it now with you. You'll never be the same. The start of my heart, you cover me completely with you. Came and changed everything.
Do you, Max, take Brendan to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, to trust and respect through life's ups and downs, to give your hand, heart, and love as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Brendan, take Max to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, to trust and respect through life's ups and downs, to give your hand, heart, and love as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do each of you promise to support Max and Brendan as a united couple, encouraging their marriage to grow as active witnesses to their lives together? We do! You did it. Okay.
I see it now with you. You'll never be the same. Start of my heart, a river washing over me. Came and changed everything.
With great joy and by the authority vested in me by the Universal Life Church of the World Wide Web and the great state of California, I pronounce you husband and husband.
I'm excited to welcome Max to the Hannon family. May your future be bright with the best yet to be. I wish you good health as you start your new chapter and a life full of love, laughter, and happiness ever after. You are wonderful people who I love with all my heart. Let's all raise a glass and cheer their new start.
May you continue to rejoice with one another in moments of strength and be compassionate towards one another in moments of weakness. May you love and appreciate one another for who you are. May your home be filled with joy, laughter, and good health, and may you always find happiness in each other.
Two of the best people you could know, with so many great family members and friends. So here's to the lovely couple, to the many joyous years ahead as the newest members of the Hannon family. Shit time.
I'm coming through like a wrecking ball, going through the room, I break out.
Here's to a lifetime of health and happiness. And later tonight, as you consummate your marriage, just remember, you're in room 509 and your dad is in room 507.
Cheers to Max and Brendan. We love you guys.
Catch my wave, you better keep up. Catch my wave, you better keep up. Come on, let me tell you now. Catch my wave, you better keep up. Catch my wave, you better keep up. Look out, I'm shining bright. Smiling like I got summertime, won't stop now. The vibe is right. Couldn't